Hey Shauna, first off, don't freak out when you see a lot of editing on this. A lot of it's formatting, and so kind of once you review it and either read it or delete it or accept it or whatever, it's going to clean up quite a bit. So here's my note about the TOC, and this is before I talk to you and John. And so I just need to know which one you want to go use as a guide, and then we can look at that when we meet next. I went into your headers and footers and changed the formatting to just Times New Roman. And so like every single page has these two. So once you accept those, then those will come off and, oh look, I misspelled that word. How lovely. I did that because it's really common to miss your formatting in your header and footer because they're different than the body text. Then as you go through, don't mind that. That's just my computer trying to die. On these ones that are APA questions, would you reply and then tell me what you're going to do? Because once I see that, hopefully I'll remember it, and then I don't have to question you on that again. And those are primarily with numbers and percentages. So like the first time you come up to a percent, there was one example in here where you had it two different ways, and I just need to know which way you want to do it. And then if you put that in the comments, so like here, check APA formats on book titles. I don't remember what it is, but if you look it up and you tell me it's in quotes, and then you put that in quotes, and then here you just hit reply and say book titles are in quotes. And if we leave that comment on for a bit, then I won't question that every time I see it, and eventually maybe I'll memorize it. Those are the only comments I think you need to leave when you address them so that I don't re-ask it. The other stuff that's on like this, lowercase maybe, if, before, or whatever, just decide what you want to do on that and then delete the comment. Does that make sense? So if you feel like the comment needs a response and that would help me understand or something, feel free to do that. And then when we go through on Friday, I can see them and I'll delete the ones I'm like, okay, yeah, I got this. I'll remember that. Or things I know I'll forget, which generally are APA. I have the APA book with me all the time because I cannot seem to remember it, or I feel like it changes all the time. So here's the first one on percent. And you know, I swear we went back and forth on whether it was the sign or the word. So that's why I want to have the comment in there and then the reply, which tells me what you're going to do, which one, according to APA, was the right one. And then that way we never have to question percents again. Make sure you do a search and replace and make sure they're all consistent. And this is a non sequitur. If you decide to use that phrase, then it stays 60. Doesn't matter. So here's the one where it's different, unless maybe that's in a quote. I'm not sure. Okay, so that's the part where I had two. I was like, which way are we going? And I'm sorry about the misspellings. I have terrible internet connection, and that has something to do with it helping me see those. As I was reviewing down this today, I realized why I stopped on 7, and the reason why is I want to work on this problem statement and make sure it's really strong, because once we have that set and approved by John, it's done. Like that is done. It's done for the dissertation. And so that's kind of an important piece to get nailed out. And I gave you not a link. I did search on writing problem statement to help strengthen it, and this was kind of some questions I felt would help you center your mind around what you want to put in your problem statement. But that's the part where I feel like I don't know where we're going, because I don't know what the problem statement is, and that's kind of the first part. So that's what I want to get done first. And then we'll go on here to the theoretical framework, which is also kind of a linchpin position in the beginning of building your dissertation. Okay? That's it for now. Thanks. Bye.